Welcome everybody to 96.7 The Horns, and welcome everybody to more coverage on your Buffalo Bulls. Today we're here to talk about, week one. Was definitely something. If we head over to week one, you can see that Michigan State beat them 23-0, got shut out. Honestly, it's how it goes sometimes. It's just didn't really have too well. Looking back on the game, Michigan State had 10 more first downs. They had almost 200 more offensive yards. I mean, I don't know. The only thing we did better is we won the turnover game, which we should have at least scored once. We won the turnover game, It's just weird, really, really weird to think about. I guess Buffalo had more kick return yards. I don't know what to tell you. We won the turnover battle, so there's something to be proud about, I suppose. We go ahead and look at the stats for your Buffalo players. Myers was out there. Unfortunately, he did get injured in the fourth quarter of the game. He went 9 for 18 with 36 yards, and Casey Case went 1 for 2 of 4 yards passing, so there's that. If we look, Ron Cook, he did okay, 15 attempts for 31 yards. I mean, obviously, we did go up against a Big Ten school, so it's sometimes you just expect stuff like that. But Myers also did a little bit of running. He actually showed some mobility in the second half a little bit, getting a couple of first downs, I believe, but of course they would never tell you that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, his longest rushing was actually more than Ron Cook's rushing. He actually had 13-yard rush up the field. Myers was showing off a little bit. Receiving, there wasn't anything too crazy. Magnus, he had 19 yards. Wasn't really anybody special receiving. We gave up 5 sacks in the game. Offensive line just wasn't there today. The defense was really what did very nice. Muse had a couple tackles for loss. Patterson had a couple tackles for loss. Fuqua had a tackle for loss. Damon Williams is the guy who really showed out. He had 3 sacks. 5 tackles and 3 sacks. Very good game for him. Very, very good game. Then we had a couple of sacks from Lang as well. And not even to mention Offord's interception. That was very cool. That was very cool. That was really, really great. If you guys do go back to the broadcast of game, and you go watch the clipped moment, there's a timestamp in the comment section of that, and it was beautiful. It was very beautiful, very great moment, very hype moment for everybody in Buffalo to see that. We got the skills to pick off a Big Ten quarterback. And we're out there. The defense is very skilled, but other than Buffalo, let's go ahead and take a look at what the top 25 teams are for us. So, number 1 is Georgia. They're 2-0. Number 2, Bama. Number 3, Ohio State. Number 4, USC. Number 5, Florida State. Number 6, Clemson. Number 7, Notre Dame. Number 8, Michigan, who just took a loss to Notre Dame. Number 9, Texas. Number 10, TCU. Number 11, Oregon. Number 12, Utah. 13's Penn State. 14's LSU. 15's Tennessee. 16's Kansas State. 17's Oregon State. 18's North Carolina. 19's Wisconsin. 20's Ole Miss. 21 is UCF. 22 is Tulane. 23 is Oklahoma, 24 is Texas Tech, and we're rounded out at 25 with Washington. So, yeah, the only people who just dropped out is Texas A&M, and we did. Kyler Lang actually was Defensive Player of the Week on week 1, with his 5 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. I actually completely forgot he forced a couple fumbles, so we were talking about Damon Williams, and Kyler Lang is still here. The defensive line is going to be so elite next year. Next year, I think we have a real shot at the MAC title. I really think we do. Coach hasn't had quite a chance to really get any guys early on, but that's how it kind of goes with these smaller schools. But we can take a look at some of these guys We take a look. We only have three-star recruits right now that we're actually looking at, and one of them is quarterback Josh Rogers at 6'1", 230. He's a big boy, and I know what you guys are thinking. Isn't that a little too big around the waist? That's not fat, my guys. That is muscle, pure muscle. This man can run. We don't know too much about him currently, but we know that he is considered to be a scrambling quarterback from New York City. And I'm really excited to see what we get from him. Now, next up, we have David Sharp, the JUCO quarterback from Darby, Pennsylvania, 6'4", 207 pounds. He's a pretty big fella himself. We don't really know too much about him either, but he's going to be looking to be recruited as the backup quarterback coming into next season. And of course, we also have Michael Owens, 6'1", 191 from Amsterdam, New York. Now, looking into running backs, we have Eddie Jackson from Bonita Springs, Florida. He's a 2-star running back. There's not really too much we can say about this guy either. We don't really know too much about him as well. There's not much to go on with any of these guys, really. We don't really know too much about any of these guys. It's still very early in the season, so we won't really know too much for a little while. We are currently in battle for the 1-star fullback from Willimantic, Connecticut, Tyrone Lewis, standing at 6'2", 245. He's pretty good himself. Like I said, not too much to show you guys when it comes to scouting with these guys. Wide receivers, we have the JUCO Marcus Allen. He's also from New York, standing 6', 203. Of course, we also have Rufus Ryan, 6'1", 193 from Rome, Georgia. Now, one thing we do know about this guy is he is fast. He can run very, very well. And he is the second of the three-star value players that we are looking at currently right now. We also have Chris Rogers from Pennsylvania, standing at 6'1", 194. And last but not least, Kenyon Woods, who's standing at a 6'4", 205 pounds. He's quite a tall monster. We don't really know too much about him either. But that's how it goes with a lot of these prospects. At tight end, we're looking at Tony Clark from Florida. This guy is huge. 6'6", 247 pounds. We're definitely going to be looking at him to be a future target for this team. Looking at the offensive line recruits, we have Will Roberts from New York. He's standing 6'2", 306. He's pretty big. He's out here. He's looking to come join us. Looking at the guard positions, we have lots of guards to look at. We have Fred Alexander from Florida, 6'5", 288. We have Derek McConnell from Illinois, 6'6", 286. We have Gary Lewis from California, 6'4", 304. We have Junior Scott standing at 6'1", 320 from Indiana. And we have Gerald Young from Texas standing 6'2", 305. Yeah, lots of guards to look at. A lot of guards. And I don't believe any of these guys know. None of these guys are the 3-star. And we are only looking at one center, John Johnson from Pennsylvania. He's standing 6'5", 275. Looking at the defensive tackles, we have Matt Parker standing at 6'2", 281. He's from Michigan. And we have Mark Murphy, the JUCO, from Scranton, PA, 6', 298. He'd be fun to get too. Now, at outside linebackers, we have Mark Walker, 6'2", 213, from Pennsylvania. We have Joe Thompson, the JUCO from New Jersey. He's 5'11", 212. And we have Tyler Bailey. This is a guy that we've recently picked up in the scouting regime. He's a kid from Wisconsin, doesn't really have anywhere he really knows that he wants to go. He's not sure if he wants playing time. He's not sure what he wants just yet. So we threw our hats in the ring. He's standing 6'3", 245. If we were to recruit him, we'd probably throw him on the edge. Now looking at middle linebacker, we have Willie Davis from Canada. This is our only recruiter from Canada, I believe. But yeah, he stands at 5'11", 220. Who knows? He could be a future stud. You never know. Looking at the cornerbacks, which is a very sought-after position for us this year, we have Richie Outlaw, the 2-star from Texas, 5'11", 167. We have Grant Booker from Ohio. He's 5'11", 189. And we have Darius Edwards from South Carolina, standing 5'10", 160. Looking in at the free safeties, we have Dedrick Young from Ohio. He's standing 6'1" at 199. We have Nathan Freeman, who's standing at 6 foot 184 from Alabama. And we have DeMarcus Moss, standing at 6'2", 199 from California. Looking at the strong safeties, we have Ben Coley from New York. He stands 6'2", 219. He's a JUCO. We have Walter Riley from Pennsylvania. He stands 6'2" at 200. And at the other JUCO, we have Tyler Parks from Pennsylvania. He stands at 6'2", 195. Looking at the kicker, we have Derek Parsons from Rutherford, New Jersey. Just a simple kicker. And we're also recruiting a punter, Billy Bryant, also from New York. He stands 6'4", 248. He's going to be quite a big punter. And we also have a JUCO athlete, Doug Bennett, 6'4", 272. We honestly don't know what he could turn out to be. He could be a defensive tackle. He could be an offensive line. We don't really know too much right now. We don't know. What we do know is that he can actually truck really well. He's got a good stiff arm. He can even catch a little bit. Who knows? Maybe he could even take snaps at tight end. This guy could really do a lot. But as you guys can see, we do have a lot of people. And in all honesty, I'm not too sure who the third... Oh yeah, the third three-star guy was Matt Parker, the defensive tackle. But anyways, guys, I believe that is all we have to talk about here at 96.7 The Horns. But thank you guys so much for listening or tuning in. Tune in to Friday, where we are going to be taking on our in-state rivals, Syracuse. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in future games and in future, live coverings of the Buffalo Bulls. See you guys later. Peace.